This particular wisdom is related to the breathing. Okay. Today we'll have a wonderful wisdom sharing. So breathing is the most important crucial aspect of our life, as you all know that. So let's discuss about the importance of the deep breathing. First of all, what is deep breathing? What is the importance of this deep breathing, belly breathing, all that? So we have a great sentence: breathe less, live more. Understand? So first I'll explain English. Then after we go to the Kannada, Telugu, Hindi, Tamil. So Tamil, please write it down. Yeah. So there is a great sentence saying, breathe less, live more. This is the secret we have been ignoring for centuries. Of course, yogis and rishis, they know very well about this technique. This I have been explaining in all the classes, Kannada, Telugu, Hindi, all the languages I have been explaining. So let's discuss today in a deep manner. So if someone want to improve their health, what they usually do is they start with the diet. I need to eat better. Always they say that. So they are feeling extra motivated even if they go to gym and all. Maybe what happens is, so if they're really serious about their health, even they will try to adjust or correct their sleep also. They don't see any more videos in the night at 2 a.m. and all, early morning till midnight and all, watching all the videos and all, they will cut off. They'll correct their sleep also. But here is a question, the important question: how many people, we start thinking about the breathing? Probably zero. You can say zero. Most of the people will, they never think about the breathing. But one thing is, is very crazy, because breathing is the one thing we do every second of our life. Every second we breathe, isn't it? You can survive without food for weeks and without water for days, isn't it? 10 to 15 days you can stay without water. But can you stay without breath for a second? Maybe seconds, not even minutes. Before the game over, before the life game over, not even seconds you can't stay without breathing. But despite the importance of this breathing, almost no one think about how they are breathing, isn't it? So the truth is very simple. The way you breathe affects everything, right from your energy, stress levels, and also how long you live. Change your breath and you instantly upgrade your health, isn't it? This is a truth. Remember this always. So let's discuss about, this is the ultimate detox, friends. Most people think, sweating is the best way to detox. Like we do intense workouts, yoga sessions, exercises, all this. So other people say that, detox juice, detox tea, all this they take. So here is a very important technique that will blow your mind. 70% toxins will leave your body through your breathing. Do we know this? Are we knowing this till now? We do not know. 70% of toxins will leave your body, will go out of your body through only breathing. Right? So you may be thinking that, is it right? Am I reading right? Yes, it's absolutely right. So your lungs are the real detoxing elements. Every time you exhale, your body removes carbon dioxide and acidic waste products. Yet most people are focused on removing toxins through the other means, but they ignore the breathing. Understand? So if you want to truly cleanse your body, forget the green juices and detox shakes, milk, detox, juices and all these things. First, fix your breathing. First, fix your breathing. That's more important, more crucial, you can say. So under the deep breathing, about deep breathing especially, let's understand. So then you also think that, if I want to correct the breathing, fix breathing means you think that, I need to start deep breathing. The most people, what happens is they think that if they take a big and a dramatic gulps of air, thinking that that's the best way of doing breathing. You know what happens? When you say deep breathing, then they say that they try to do like this. No, 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 no. That's not the correct way of breathing. That's wrong way of breathing. Understand? So that's how. So that's not the way the deep breathing works at all. Taking, the deep breathing, the big gulps of air with a big sound, doing big sound, loud sound, that is not a deep breathing at all. Remember this. Deep breathing is not about taking massive, loud inhaling or breathing. Understand? It's about, it's about taking slow, controlled, quiet breaths. That is the real breathing. In fact, if you can hear yourself breathing, you are doing it wrong. For example, this breathing, I am hearing my sound. Then that is wrong. That is not the deep breathing at all. So there is a ancient Taoist philosophy that describes ideal breathing, my dear friends. So smooth, what they say, as per that philosophy, the breathing must be so smooth, the hairs in the nostrils remain motionless. Within the nostrils, the air is there, no? That doesn't move. That's also motionless. That is the real deep breathing. Understand? So that's how we need to do. That's how the deep breathing works. And also, let's understand, some other people are having a misconception that mouth breathing is a deep breathing. Mouth breathing. What's a mouth breathing? Let's understand. So there's something even worse than the whatever we know, the deep breathing, the loud, exaggerated, the loud breathing, what we do, right? Worse than this, mouth breathing. Worse than this is a mouth breathing. See, what happens is, you can notice millions of people unknowingly breathe through their mouths. Many people across the society, many people take the breathing through their mouths, especially at nights, right? So definitely it's a small habit, but with a big negative consequences. This is nothing but snoring. Understand? So breathing through your mouth especially, dry out your mouth completely, and that leads to your tooth will get decay, and it also starts bad breathing. It increases your risk of course, sleep problems and also snoring, which disturb your deep sleep. And worst of all, long-term mouth breathing can change the shape of your face, and which leads to the weaker jaws finally. So that's why it's a no surprise that top athletes and singers and the great performers, they'll be trained they'll be trained very well to breathe only through nose, because the key for getting better oxygen and better oxygen efficiency and overall health is only through the nose breathing. There is no question of mouth breathing, my dear friends. So now let's understand what is breathing less, living longer, live longer. Let's understand. In yoga and our own ancient traditions, modern science, everybody agreed now, as of now, everybody agreed. There's a great, fascinating connection between breathing and longevity. Breathing and longevity, there's a fascinating connection. It means everybody boil down to only one thing, one statement. How many breaths you take per minute? That's all. That is the secret. What is the secret? Breathing less, live longer. This is the secret everybody has to practice. Let's understand. The slower and deeper you breathe, the longer you live. Write the statement, important statement. The slower and deeper you breathe, the longer you live. Yesterday I was teaching one of the meditation, 3 steps in meditation in Kannada session. Of course, I was talking about the same deep breathing, slower and deep breathing. Right? Kannada masters are aware of that. Let's look at some animals. Let's take an example, some more examples. How this slow and deep breathing enhance their lives, enhance their longevity. Tortoise breathe slowly, 4 to 5 breaths per minute, will live more than 300 years, 150 to 300 years. Dogs breathe rapidly, 30 to 40 minutes, 30 to 40 breaths per minute. That live only span of 10 to 15 years. Not more than that. And also, human beings, most of us, will be breathing 12 to somewhere between 12 to 18 times. Of course, we will live we are designed to live. Our cells are the building blocks of the human body, are designed to live with this breathing rate. 12 to 18 will live for 120 years. Okay. And of course, as the current day society, the current life is more stressed and having a lot of anxiety, we are unhealthy than ever, my dear friends. That is why the human life, we are ending at somewhere between 50, 70, 60s nowadays. The lifespan has come down. Even though some people are living longer, they are trying to live with a complete chemical-based medicines, which is in fact, is a worst life. In fact, is a like not healthy life, not happy life, you can say. Yes. So ancient yogis believed that our breath count is directly related to our lifespan. Even modern research also supported this. Slow breathing, what it does is, slow means slow and deep breathing, what it does is, it increases the oxygen efficiency, reduce the stress, improves overall health. That's how it does. So there is one more paradox which we need to understand now. Paradox means confusion. What is it? When we say less breathing means how do you get more oxygen? We think that, isn't it? So less breathing is equal to more oxygen, in fact. This is actually this is actually oxygen paradox. Let's discuss and detail about it. Let's remove that confusion. Here is something very important you need to find out. When we feel out breath, right? So generally your instinct is to breathe more, but our reality is our breathing actually reduces. That means over breathing. Over breathing actually reduces oxygen delivery to your muscles and brain. When we over breathe, that means loud breathing when you do, in fact, it reduces the oxygen delivery to the all cells and brain and muscles, everything. How does it work? So this is something called Bohr effect, Bohr, Bohr effect. When you breathe too much, your CO2 level drops, right? When CO2 goes too low, the oxygen will bind tightly to the hemoglobin. It doesn't go into the tissues, cells, and brain. Understand? So when you breathe too much, what happen? Your CO2 levels will drop abruptly. That sounds good, but when CO2 level goes down drastically, the oxygen binds itself to the hemoglobin. It doesn't get released to the cells, tissues, brain. This is the problem. The less oxygen actually reaches your organs and muscles. See here. This is the oxygen paradox, my dear friends. This is why professional athletics they train themselves breathe less, not more. They are trained to breathe less only. So it will improve their oxygen efficiency. So that means you have to think bigger breaths is equal to more oxygen, right? Breathe less. So definitely you have to think back. Think back means bigger breaths equal to more oxygen. That is wrong. Lesser breath is equal to more oxygen is correct. You have to think backward. I'm trying to tell you. Bigger breath is equal to more oxygen. That is not correct. Okay. Lesser breathing is equal to more oxygen. Breathe less and your body actually absorbs oxygen better. Understand? Now, how can I train my breath now? Isn't it? How do I train my breathing right now? What is the special technique and what is the technique of this deep and slow breathing? Let's understand now, my dear friends. So there's an excellent book on this. One book you can write down also. Patrick McNeon book. The Oxygen Advantage and Anxiety Free. That book name is. Right? So here is a daily routine, a breathing exercise, which we are going to discuss. But the results are greatly shocking. The results are greatly surprising, you can say. With this technique, what I'm going to teach now, this already I taught in the Kannada session yesterday. Part of the meditation program, part of the meditation procedure. Anyway, now, every day before your meditation starts, and especially before meditation starts, and also when you woke up from the sleep early morning, and also when you go to the sleep in the night, when you just get onto the bed, start practicing this technique. What I'm going to teach now. Really, this is going to give a shocking results and surprising results for everybody, my dear friends. Understand? Okay. So this 10-minute breathing before meditation, before sleep, after sleep. Just when you get out of the bed, before getting out of the bed, practice this. Okay. Now, so you can lie down. You can lie down in the Amrutasana. Amrutasana means Shavasana, right? So what you do is one hand you can keep on chest, one hand keep on the belly, like this. One hand keep on the chest. Generally, yesterday I taught like both hands can be just kept on the bed. But this is also a better way. That also you can do, this also you can do. Now, let's go into the procedure. Take one hand, put onto the chest. Take another hand, put onto the belly. That's the first step. Okay. Now, I breathe only through nose. Okay. I breathe through nose. Press my belly inward as I exhale. So I just generally take breathing through the deep breathing through nose. Now, how the breathing should be slow and deep. No sound. No. See here, silent. Silent means like the air in your nostrils shouldn't move. They should not move. That is the kind of slow breathing. When you close your eyes, that means slow breathing you are taking, the long breathing you are taking. Understand? And also, when you are taking, that means through nose you are breathing. And when you are leaving, that means when you are exhaling, what you do, with your hand, press the belly. While breathing, don't press anything. Just place your hands both at chest and belly, okay, on the navel. But when you are taking deep breathing, take a deep breathing completely. Then when you are exhaling, take the hand which you have kept on the navel, press it. Just keep pressing it as you are exhaling. Okay. Now, so breathing 30% less air than I feel like, right? But generally what happened is your breathing in must be less. That means less time, but your breathe out must be long time. Okay. So this smooth and light breathing, how you are practicing, how you must practice. As I told you yesterday also, what you have to do is you must take a breathing in for less time, breathing out is more time. Understand? This is very, very important. Okay. Now, the 5 steps, total 5 steps we will discuss now. You will completely understand this breathing procedure. So, breathing through your nose always very, very important. What happens is your nose filters and warms up and humidifies the air. Humidifies the air what you are taking in. That will bring the perfection for your lungs, which is more suitable for your lungs. Whenever you take breathing through the nose, my dear friends, which will filter, which will warm up, which will also humidify the air which you are taking into the lungs. So it is most suitable for your lungs, which makes suitable for your lungs. If at all you are taking mouth breathing, right, that will dry out the mouth, brings the bad breath, and even changes the your facial structure ultimately. So that is a wrong way of breathing. Now, deep belly breathing, right? Whatever you are doing, whatever you are practicing now, that's the correct way of breathing. When you are inhaling, when you are inhaling, your belly should rise before your chest. Remember always, many people know whenever they are practicing this belly breathing, the deep breathing, they do to the chest level, and they feel that this is the correct way of breathing. Their chest will rise up and go down. That's not the correct way. You have to take the deep breathing or slow breathing until the belly. That means whenever you are taking in inhalation, your belly must rise before your chest. This is called diaphragmatic breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. This leads to the better oxygen absorption. Understand? And make your breathing also silent and smooth. No sound at all. As I told you, your breathing in must be, or breathing out also must be gentle and quiet. As I told you, if you can hear yourself breathing while at resting, that means you are doing wrong. That means the breathing, what you are taking in, if you are hearing the sound of the breathing, that's a wrong way of breathing. That is why less is more, less is correct. Now, the one other important point which we have to remember here, exhale longer than the inhale, as I told you. That's very, very essential. So this is the game changer, my dear friends. Longer exhalation will activate parasympathetic nervous system. Remember this point. So that will lower the stress levels, increase the oxygen efficiency, make sure that the oxygen reaches to all the cells, tissues, and the brain of the body. Very, very important. So now, remember this. Inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 to 8 seconds. Write down this. If you want, you can keep one small watch in front of you. Understand? So inhale for 4 seconds. Slowly, 4 seconds you inhale. Next, exhaling for 6 to 8 seconds. This will immediately, instantly calm down your nervous system. See how does it work? How well it is working. So slow your breathing to 4 to 6 minutes, 4 to 6 breaths per minute. That means we are slowing down our breathing to the 4 to 6 breaths per minute. You can put one timer. Breathe in for 4 seconds and breathe out for 6 to 8 seconds. So this is going to activate your prefrontal cortex. Prefrontal cortex. Understand? This will improve the self-control and focus. Instantly, it improves the self-control and focus. So it will activate prefrontal cortex. Breathing in for 4 seconds, breathe out for 6 to 8 seconds. This makes sure your breathing count only 4 to 6 per minute. My dear friends, so this is the most wonderful way of breathing better, living better. It's such a simple phenomena. So your breath controls your life. Even the modern science agrees now. Ancient yogis and great athletes and modern science, all of them agreed on this type of breathing. Understand? So let's all practice this from today. This is the most wonderful way of achieving the greatest and better health. I don't think any other technique will work more than this. So thank you so much. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. అందరికీ ధన్యవాదాలు. सभी को धन्यवाद. Thank you. So friends, this is the technique which I taught in English. I think discussing in all other languages is not possible. So what you do is, once this video come out, you try to give it to your family or friends who can explain you in your regional language. Okay, then use this video every day, and this is going to ensure the perfect harmonious health within you, and you will definitely come out of all the kind of problems, all the health problems. There is no doubt about it. This is the only way to achieve the perfect and perfect health and easy living and staying happy, staying long, live longer, increase your lifespan, everything for that matter. Thank you so much.